Welcome to Lawfully Chaotic, Season 5, Episode 4. As
Prove
with
it.
me, always. Right, now we're going to have to watch every previous episode.
Oh,
Kristen,
Prove it.
that's a shoe, not a chew toy.
puppers, no!
Don't do that. My God, he's eating my shoe.
You should give
He
him
definitely
treats
deserves
instead.
a reward, dude. Give that dog a snack. Give it a treat.
Shut
If
up.
you gave him a treat, he wouldn't be chewing on the shoe. Just saying.
That's
Now
true.
he's sulking.
Oh, don't
Anyway,
yell at him.
Tonight, with me, as always, are Jason, the storyteller from TTRPG Academy, and Kristen from Kristen's Epic Adventures. And tonight, we're going to do some show and tell. And
Hell
see
yeah.
what cool, fun, probably vintage. I don't know. We'll see what stuff we're coming to the table with.
Sounds like somebody has vintage.
Oh, I definitely have vintage tonight.
I mean, we are vintage, so
I was gonna say we're all a little bit vintage.
right.
We're antiques.
That's
Almost.
completely untrue, and I
Whoop.
resemble all aspects of being vintage.
Hell yeah.
Gray hair.
Do we have
sun,
any?
cold? It's 80 degrees out, and I'm cold.
80 degrees and you're cold. It is 70 here right now.
It's a little
at
extreme even for
8:30 at
me.
night.
I get cold if it's below 70, but 80,
Oh, I hate it when it goes below 70. It's a little chilly.
a little chilly.
I'd like it in that
Um,
70-degree window.
I like it in the 80s, and I also like the 80s, and that's where most of my stuff is from tonight. So that's
Oh, who doesn't like the 80s? I love the 80s.
actually some from the 70s.
I want my MTV.
Boy, Kristen is on fire. We better let her go first before she falls asleep.
I'm
Before
gonna
she-
fall
before she-
asleep.
Before she takes a nap from her 2 wine spritzers that she had.
Woohoo! Now, you know what happened? I did not feel like cooking, and I said, "This is a good night for girl dinner." Do you know what girl dinner is? Cheese,
what?
crackers, wine.
And- yeah,
Girl
cheese
dinner.
crackers and wine.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is girl dinner. That's what
Well,
I had.
apparently,
For
I'm an expert at girl dinner. Then.
nice. I believe it. Yes.
Any announcements? Jason, what do you got going on?
I guess the main project right now is trying to finish the digital download page on the website.
Awesome.
Opening up a Monday table, a Tuesday table, and a Wednesday table will be
Whoa.
opening in April. So
That's a lot.
Yep.
What games are those?
Role
I
playing.
don't really know yet on the Monday, Tuesday. I think the Monday table is going to be Daggerheart.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure the Wednesday table is going to be a Forgotten Realms game.
Okay.
And the Tuesday table, I'm not sure yet. It's either going to be possibly either Aliens or Shadowrun. Either of the two. I'm not 100% sure yet.
Nice.
So we'll see.
Aliens is fun. I've played a little bit of that. No, I
Yeah.
didn't play it. I ran it. I ran a
I
little
haven't
bit
played
of
that
that.
yet. Malcolm Trotter, Gentleman Game Masters, he likes running Aliens games.
Love some good survival horror, especially in
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Aliens, I just saw Predator Badlands.
Was
which
it
is-
good?
Best movie of the franchise in so long. So good.
Brian just made a face, so I don't think
I don't know if
we're on the
it was
same
that,
page
but at least
here.
It was good. So the story was kind of dumb, like a lot of these stories can be, But
Hmm.
if you put that aside, it was a good movie. They did it.
So
it
take
was-
this movie, but put
if
aside
you
the
if you put this
story.
aside the story, the terrible acting,
Oh,
and
come on, Jason. You have to admit the story was a little weak. If you really think about it, the story was a little weak.
well, the problem is
Motivation was weak.
the problem with Aliens is that the story is inherently built into the the story is built into its lore and the theme. To be honest with you, the story doesn't really mean all that much to me when I watch Aliens. What
That's
I
fair,
loved
to a point.
what I loved is some of the best dialogue I've seen in any
Oh,
of the
yeah.
of
Yeah,
any
yeah.
of the Aliens
Really?
franchise
Yes.
since the first one. They also took some. You could tell that they took some lessons from the Aliens series that
Yes.
dropped.
Yes.
Because it really had a
Oh, I heard that was
gritty,
good.
had a very
That was
gritty,
awesome.
and I love the Easter eggs when you were inside the Predator ship.
Yeah.
I don't know if you picked up on the fact that the Predator ship, or the dude's brother, was from the original one of the few Predator ships that escaped during Earth. So they really kind of played into the the original series, the couple of the original movies of Predator.
I think so. What you said is the story. The story doesn't necessarily matter as much.
It doesn't really matter as much. Yeah.
Which is why that's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say, the story was a little bit weak, but in this movie, that doesn't quite matter so much. So at the end of the day, it was a good movie and it's worth watching. It was very entertaining.
To think that particular Predator was pretty close to being human, and they saw that as a handicap. I thought that was interesting.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But it's the first truly decent tie-in between the two franchises, and it plays directly off of.
And the planet was awesome. I mean, the whole now I want to develop a survival planet where you just drop the players down in the middle of a survival planet, just let them duke it out and find a way out. I mean, it was
cool. Very good for all the shitty alien movies that have been out. Like, I was so excited to see Romulus, and I paid for it as soon as it hit Apple TV.
Not good?
It fucking sucked.
Yeah, it was okay.
I actually emailed Apple and I said, "This movie sucked. Swear to God."
Did you ask for your money back?
Yes, and they gave it to me twice.
Twice? Sounds like you scammed them.
No, that was the second time I've done that.
Oh, I thought you meant you rented the movie, got the money back.
No, I said, I'm like, you know what? I know I paid for this movie, but it was so piss poor. If you want to refund me, that'd be awesome. And they're like, yeah, here you go.
It was by far the worst of the Aliens movies and Predator movies.
Well, my confession
was Covenant.
I think that was the worst.
Oof.
My confession is that I have only ever seen the original, and that's it. And I only watched it because I was going to run the Alien RPG starter set, and I figured I might as well watch it. And I loved it. I loved it.
If you're gonna run the game or play the game,
I had to watch.
Rewatch the first one because that's a masterpiece. The second one, the first one was a horror movie. The second one was an action movie, and that was also a freaking masterpiece.
Yeah.
The third one, people bag on all the time. I thought the third one was actually a good movie.
It was okay.
It was okay. Yeah. The fourth one is where it went all downhill, basically up until Alien Earth, which was the show, and Predator.
Was that good? The show?
The show is phenomenal.
Yeah. Okay. It's really good. I mean, I'm waiting for them to just permanently cross over the genres where Alien and Predator are in the are permanently like in the universe is what I want them to get to.
Yeah, like it would be like basically three countries kind of, doing their thing. This one. Anyway, where was I going? Oh, someone mentioned
we were on announcements.
Yeah. Right.
And I asked him what type of games he was going to be running.
Yeah. What about you, Kristen? Any announcements?
Let's see. Announcements. We did a little bit of a Coriolis game, which was fun. Ended, and now which was also like a not really horror survival, but it was survival in space, which was quite fun. And now we're starting up our second Dragonbane campaign, and I am going to play what did I pick? A scholar this time. So she's very book smart and intelligence based. And I think I went with a halfling. So a halfling scholar, but we haven't started yet. Hopefully on Sunday we'll jump into that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like Dragonbane a lot. Dragonbane's fun.
It's funny because we just talked about this last week, and it's been going on for a few months, but strangely enough, I think I'm starting to get the creative bug back.
Yay.
Good. Jason.
Oh, don't worry. The antibiotic is laziness. You'll be fine.
That's a good one. I'll give you that.
You
You'll
must
recover.
smoked
You'll be
enough wacky
Yeah,
tobacco.
I'll recover. What are you? So, what'd you create today? Nothing. I took a nap.
Yeah.
I feel so creative now.
Better now. I took a nap. It was close. I came down with creativity, but I'm better now. But I thought, Jason and I talked today. I may run so I still have my OG crew that I'm running a table for. We just finished. I just finished 5-6 levels in Dragon Heist, and we are now moving on.
Dragon Heist is a good one. I like Dragon Heist.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
It's a really good one. And then we're moving on to Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which should be fun. It's a
cool.
monster dungeon crawl.
All right.
I'm using Jason's 4 AP system and new spell slot and spell casting system. And I had a 0 session with my group Tuesday night, and they are super pumped to try it out. So,
Is this an in-person game or online?
No, this is online.
Online. Okay.
But Jason and I talked. I think I may also do a table through TTRPG Academy.
Ooh, what are you gonna run?
Most definitely D&D. I'm trying to decide between a Forgotten Realms adventure or if I want to run a new group through my homebrew adventure.
Okay.
Probably the homebrew, but we'll see.
Okay.
How
and
then
exciting.
I may do some. Yeah, and then I may do some DM workshops also on Jason's gracious enough to allow me to do it on TTRPG Academy's platform. So there you go.
It's almost like the New Year's, bringing the work ethic back. Time to get back to work.
Well, you know,
winter's almost over.
We just entered the Chinese New Year of the horse.
Oh, is it horse?
It was just the other day. The year of the snake ended, and now it is the year of the fire horse, which is supposed to be like
it's a nightmare. Fire horse.
Yeah, nightmare. Yeah.
I don't think it's supposed to be bad. It's supposed to be good.
Yeah, Jason, that's a good point. Like, now's the time to buckle down. Winter's almost over, and then it's going to be summer when I'm not going to want to work because I'm going to want to be out.
Oh my God, the boat! He's gonna put the boat. Now he's gonna ride his bike, his boat, get on the boat, sail, get back on the bike.
Oh my God!
All right, show and tell. That's what everybody came here for. Who wants to go first?
I think we should let Bryan go first.
Yeah, why don't you go first,
Okay,
Mr.
sure.
Big Mouth,
I'll go first.
Mr. Smarty Pants?
So I was looking through my stuff, and I'm like, what would kind of be? So I still have a box. There's a box that I thought I had here in my garage, but it is still at my parents' house out in the burbs. So I got to go get that because in there, I think I've got Champions, Hero System. I think my Torg game is in there.
You better hope they didn't throw it out on you.
Oh no! They know better. They know
okay.
better.
All
right. But anyway, but I was looking and I found this stack of original modules. Now these were given to me when Jeff Shunjin, he's been on once in a while. By the way, Mike, nice to see you.
Of course,
over there.
the first one we can see is the most cringy of them all.
I know, that's why I put it up. It is a huge stack. So he was clearing out his stuff, and he gave me this huge stack of modules. So yeah, so let's start with the first one that didn't age well, which was
what's the copyright date on those?
Oriental Adventures is 1986.
Okay. How many pages are those? Are they pretty thin or are they pretty hefty?
No, they're moderate.
They got some nice black and white art in there.
It is so funny. Oops, there's a map. It's so funny, just like looking back and remembering like how elementary the design and the layout was. I mean, look at the margins goes right to it's making me cringe as a
designer. Yeah.
But it's also just wonderful that it is so like just like
Yeah, I always found it interesting that the modules were always
Wow. That's awesome.
3-column designs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a little weird.
Yeah.
3 columns is a lot. That's
Well, it's
some short lines to go back and forth with on your
But I
lines
think
there.
I think a lot of anime comic books and a lot of old school comic
do
books
they?
were designed that way as
Ooh.
well. Which one is that?
Death's Ride, 1984.
Yeah, I remember that
Okay.
one.
This one is levels 15 to 20. This is Dungeons and Dragons.
I was 11 in 1984. Those were the days when I wanted to play my Redbox starter set with somebody, and nobody wanted to play.
I mean, it's like this is like the maps we drew when we were kids.
Now, did you play all of these modules? Have you played
not
them?
played either of those. Temple of Death expert set,
I remember that one. Yep.
1983. Now we have some AD&D stuff. This is
Okay.
the Assassin's Knot.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the later 80s, I believe, right? AD&D.
That was also 83, but yeah. Also AD&D, The Lost Tomb of Martek.
Yeah, that was a
83.
weird one.
Yeah.
The Lost Tomb.
I have not played any of these.
Oh,
We did a lot of homebrew
okay.
back then. Although the homebrew of back then doesn't hold a candle to the homebrew of now. It's like here's a map and it's a dungeon, and you know what I mean?
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
1982, Pharaoh. This is by Tracy and Laura Hickman.
Yeah,
Oh,
I remember
very
that one.
cool.
That was a
Are
good one.
you gonna play these now? Then are you
I
gonna
don't
try to
know.
like
I was
convert them
actually
to
thinking that
2024?
I was thinking it would be cool to try to convert them over.
Yeah, it would.
Or I actually had a really crazy idea. Like, it would be cool if it was like this weird plane shift thing,
Oh, you
and
go back
use
to
modern
1984.
characters, but actually use what is in the module and see if that even would work. You know,
Right.
like how come that
Right.
guy rolled that die to hit you, and I
Yeah,
rolled it because he's in a different. He uses different physics. It's a
because you're
different
in 1984, baby.
places in a white plane. 80 exactly. 83.
Gag me with a
Of
spoon.
course. Ravenloft, the best of all.
Ravenloft. Yep.
Woo!
And I do have book 2, Curse of Strahd,
Okay.
or House of Strahd, I think. 83. That I played, the original one.
Okay, so you got these all at once from one guy? Sold you all of them?
No, he just gave them to me.
He
It's one of my
gave
high
them to you for free?
It's one of
That's
my high
awesome.
school buddies.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's like, I'm cleaning out my stuff. I'm not going to throw these away. Do you guys
Didn't
want them?
want
We
them
all
anymore?
we're like vultures. Like, I want this. I want that. I want that.
Oh,
The Secret
cool.
of Bone Hill, characters 2 through
Yeah,
4.
that's a classic. That's a classic.
oh.
That one, I think I've played that one. Danger at Dunwater.
Oh, that's
Another
part
classic.
of Saltmarsh now, I think. Didn't
Yep.
they put that into Saltmarsh?
And speaking of Saltmarsh,
Mm-hmm.
Secret of Saltmarsh.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, that's
And,
part of the U series, the U 1
Yeah.
through 4 or
Yep.
something like that. Yeah,
Right.
good series.
All right.
But
Pretty sweet.
Palace of the Silver Princess. I never played this, but for some
We used to play that one all the time. That was a
for
great
some reason,
Huh.
this artwork is just burned into my brain.
Huh.
one. Yeah,
Now, when they put those out, and so that's like that's an adventure, right? Does it have
This is
like
1980.
setting specific rules? Like, hey, when you play this adventure, these specific rules apply, or is it just use your D&D rules? This is the adventure.
These were pretty
Yeah.
much.
yeah, and
There
they were
was
singular.
not
They used to
Yeah.
come in shrink wrap too, so it was.
They didn't like add any. Did they add any special subclasses for that adventure, or special magic items or anything, or no?
Items,
Rarely.
yeah, sometimes items, but not really subclasses. Like
Yeah.
not
Okay.
today.
Lost Cavern of
Okay.
Soganth.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That
too.
was this one I
Yeah.
played.
All right, so that wasn't something they started doing like until later.
Yeah, I think once 2014 rolled out
Oh, that was
is when they really
amazing.
started introducing.
This one is
subclasses.
really
Okay.
like this is like freaking 10 pages or something. 16
Mhm.
pages.
Ooh, look at that map.
Characters 5 to 10, but it's only unless there's something missing. Queen of the Demon Web Pits. I think we've played that.
I've played that one. That's a great one
Mm-hmm.
too.
Yep.
Of course,
Tried
when I
to-
say I've played it, I've DM'd it, and I usually what I do is I crib note all of the content and then use my crib notes to better run it, because I was never really good at running modules. I was always really good at their theme. Oh, that's the big
Dwellers
giant
of the Forbidden City.
Yeah, that's a great one.
What's the thing called? A froghemoth.
Yeah, froghemoth. Now they did introduce a lot of monsters in the module.
Oh yeah, that
they did really well. They did introduce a lot of monsters.
This one's pretty chunky. Expedition to the Barrier Peaks.
Yes, that's a good one. Yep, that's a good one.
And now these are 78, 80, and 80. Check that out.
Cool.
Yeah, you can tell by
monotone.
the
like
the
two-color
monochrome.
printing there.
Oh
Yeah,
Giant King. Rogue
Spared no
Scaffolding,
expense, I see. Watsy
Right.
and
Well,
Lawfully.
and there's a good
Hidden
chance.
Shrine of Tamawakan.
There's
and
a
these
good
are
chance some of those other ones that you showed us, Brian, could have been second prints, because anything pre-89 often were second prints with the colorful module covers.
Yep.
Those, however, that you just showed in the monochrome, those are original prints. Yeah, those are first run prints.
There is a full color one for sure. I know for certain of
the
Shrine of Tamawakan. Yeah, so more than just, just looking at those and like, oh my god, like I remember that one, and even like I said, even looking at the cover art on some of those just brings me right back to the specific place and time.
Ooh,
and
very cool.
Like, looking at
for
those
me,
is
when I see those modules, for me, it takes me back to walking into the hobby store.
That too,
Some of the hobby stores, they would have a wall like they do now for comic books. And on that wall, they would have every single module, hanging on the wall. So you knew what they had in. And I think at the height of, 85, I want to say like 84, 85, you walk in, buy all your Rao Partha minis, maybe get a couple boxes of Grenadier. You'd head over to the wall load of modules. Then you'd head over to the second-hand table that they usually had, where people that didn't play anymore would come and drop their stuff off, and you'd go through it.
Look at that.
Yeah, it's a good map. If you'd hold it up to the camera, you could see it.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
love a good map.
The trifold map system, and the modules that did the trifold maps, you could use those as a screen.
Yep.
So you'd have your you'd have your dungeon master screen, or you could use these.
Oh my
as a
god!
GM
Okay.
screen. Yeah.
Okay.
Roll your
So
dice,
like when it's folded in half,
and
sturdy enough. To
sorry,
stand
Kristen,
up.
that's critical. You're dead.
Yeah.
Yep,
No, I'm not.
That was
dead.
the thief successfully backstabbed you because your rear armor class is only a 12.
Oh my god! See, like this. Remember this artwork?
Yep. The gibbering mouther.
Yep.
Gibbering
mouther. The Nereid. The
Crazy.
formatting is just so atrocious, but it is just. It's so awesome looking at these. So
cool.
That's cool. How many did you get? Like a dozen?
Yeah, about that, and then a couple of hardcover books. I think Matt got.
What's your total module collection count at right now? Do you think for your entire library,
including 5e book modules?
No, I'd say everything pre 5e.
That is probably the bulk of it. I didn't buy a ton of modules because I was never DM back then.
Sure.
There's no reason.
I bought all the modules, every single fucking one, A through W.
I have a second copy of Ravenloft that I already had, and Ravenloft 2. I have the Waterdeep Town system. I have Forgotten Realms box set, and then I don't know, probably only just a very small, probably just a couple other actual modules. Because, like I said, I never was a DM when we were kids, so there was no reason to buy the modules. Plus, we didn't have a lot of money, so my money went towards painting the minis or buying the minis. And if we would have, if Gary was running a module, he was usually the DM. We always forced Gary to
Poor
not
guy.
always, but most of the time. But if I bought the module, of course I'm going to look at the fucking map and read ahead. So we're like, don't buy
yeah.
this.
Spoilers. You're just gonna read it.
It's like,
That was always the quintessential challenge of doing the modules, which one or two times that I ran a couple of the modules, I realized that was going on, and then I really fucked with them, and I crib noted everything and then changed it all, like so that there was no predictability anymore.
I don't understand reading ahead, man, because I would rather be surprised. That's the fun of it.
The economy of scale.
That's why I had no interest in buying the module.
What's interesting is the economy of scale was very different in the 80s. In the 80s, almost everything was made for the DM. Modules, content, and almost everything glorified and elevated the job and role of the DM. The players collected character sheets, these pre-printed character sheets that you could get, or the player's handbook or the player's book supplements. That was usually what they collected.
Thieves, the Thieves Handbook or the Cleric's Handbook, stuff like that. Or like,
I mean, 4th edition was renowned for publishing entire 150-page books dedicated to each class. You could buy a cleric book that was 150 pages. You could buy a book about bards that was 150 pages. So
thieves and clerics up there, and then a couple of those.
So
that stuff I have, but not a ton of modules up until, of course, 5e, when I bought both fucking covers of every goddamn module up till Spelljammer, and I was like, this sucks. And
I have a friend who is addicted to the nice alternate covers that come out now. That'll be a little more pricey.
Yeah, that's Bryan.
Than the regular one.
I mean,
so every time something comes out, he's like, "Well, I gotta get the alternate cover," and I'm like, "They're awesome looking." But
I have 2 copies of almost every 5e adventure.
You buy the regular. Why don't you just buy the alternate cover one?
Because I'm an idiot.
I'm an idiot with a credit card. What do you want from me?
Yeah, that's why. Well, I need one to play and one to put away. So in 100 years it'll be worth $32.
Right.
So what'd you bring, Kristen?
Oh, okay. I have a couple things. So I didn't go TTRPG for show and tell tonight. I went board game.
Nice.
Okay?
Oh, cool. Awesome.
But these are little mini things that can be played like on the go. Okay. Not a big spall it out all over the table. It takes a while to learn. Anyway, and this one's a little older. This one is called Dark Stories from Z-Man Games.
Oh, I know Z-Man. They make awesome games.
They do.
Island.
Yep. And this particular one is Dark Stories 2. So this is the 2nd edition. This is literally just a deck of cards with like a scenario on the front that somebody reads to the other players, and they know the answer that's on the back. And the players can only ask yes or no questions to try to figure out what happens. And the reason I like this is because this is something that could totally be like played in the car, on a road trip, on a plane, wherever. Like, it's so small, you can chuck it in your bag, right, or whatever. And it's just fun to do. Like this first one here, this is like the person who's is like, I say running this because I'm referring it to like TTRPGs. But basically what you would be giving to the other players is this scenario is called the receiver. And all you give them is that a woman died because she tried to answer her phone in the night. And all the players can ask is yes or no questions to try to figure out what actually happened, and the answer's on the other side of the card.
Oh, that's cool. I love it.
And I have played
this.
Awesome. Like I said, train, plane, car, road trip, or whatever. And obviously there was a Dark Stories 1. And this, I think, came out in like 2015. So it's like a decade old. But it's so good and so fun.
It's funny because, you guys know I have a vast game collection, and I like, a ton complicated games with gobs of minis and all that crap. And you're right, it takes like 45 minutes to set up just to play, blah, blah. But it's funny because just the past, like the last game I bought You ever play Flip 7?
No, I don't think
No,
I
I
have
don't
that
know that one.
No?
Flip 7 is another. All it is a card game, and
Ooh.
it takes about 30 seconds to learn,
Yeah.
and it's super fun, especially the more people you have.
Yeah.
And then I also bought Illumat, if you've heard of that,
No.
by
either.
Together Game Studios.
Okay.
Together.
Okay.
And it's a really good game from a playability standpoint. It is beautiful from a design standpoint.
Ooh,
Like they're all designers. But that too, it's in a box, so
this is so small. Like you could keep, if you're a woman, you could keep this in your purse. You could keep it in the car.
Yeah.
Like keep it in the car. And anytime you go to a brewery or something,
Yeah.
you bring it in, like play it with your friends. There's 50 different cards in here. Keeps you going
Yeah,
for hours.
I've kind of been moving over to like, what games can I,
portable, little small portable stuff on the go, so you can be gaming wherever you are. It's awesome.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Is that
Any
the only
others?
one you brought?
I have one more, but we can like go around and come back.
Go for it.
Why not? Go for it.
All right. So my other one is also small, not as small, called Timeline. Have you heard of this one?
No.
No, I like the
Okay.
cover art though. That's pretty cool.
Right? They have a couple of them because this one is called, this is the diversity set, and then this one is the Americana set, and they have a few other sets as well. I think I only have these two though right now.
So were they forced to come out with the Americana set because we're no longer allowed to be diverse?
Well, I don't know. What year was this? This was probably a while ago. Probably not. I don't know the copyright. Anyway, look at how small the cards are for this.
Oh,
They're
that's
so
cool.
teeny. They're like the size of my palm. They're so tiny.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, so you get dealt 5 cards.
Wait,
What? Have you seen
where you-
this?
Is this where you put them in order of when they happen?
Yes. So you
I
have
have
an
played
event on one
I have
side.
played that.
Okay?
That
An
game is
event,
awesome.
and the date that it happened is on the other side. So like this says the invention of the table knife. Do you guys have any idea when the invention of the table knife happened?
I saw when you flipped it.
I'm guessing
Okay.
just last week.
1610. Okay.
Wow.
So you get 5 cards, and then you put one in the center of the table to start. And then when you want to you can't look at the side with the date, and you have to try to fit your card in the timeline. So you can say, I
that's
think
cool.
this happened between the first, and this is all mixed. Like this is the first appearance of the Yeti. Is
I
another
mean,
one.
are we allowed to have fun and learn? Is that okay?
Oh my god, I love educational games.
Okay, just
right?
checking.
The
Just
first
checking, not sure if
invention
that
of
was okay.
instant coffee, the invention of
Turn
the
me stupid.
crossword puzzle,
Now
with
they're just
the
dumb.
legend of Robin Hood. So you pick where you think your event happened in the timeline. So you choose a spot, then you flip it over to see if you're right or wrong. If you're right, it can stay there, and you're now down a card, and you're trying to get rid of all 5 cards. And if you can do that first, you win. But if you're wrong, you got to discard it and take a replacement. And you can actually, they said, mix these together to make it interesting. So the diversity one, right, has like inventions, world events, musical events, things like that. And then this Americana one has like movies, music, sports, and inventions that all have to do with the United States.
Pretty cool.
And I love these because they're just, the art on the cards is cute.
Yeah.
It's educational. It's
And that's all the
compact
game-
as well.
And that's all the game consists of is the
Yeah.
card. So again,
That's
you
it.
can just
That's it.
put them in a Ziploc bag and and throw them in a suitcase. Yeah.
I've
That
played
is a
this
lot of
game
fun.
so many times because you will not. It's almost like a little balance between you don't remember when that happened. You're like, God damn it! I know I had this card like 6 games ago, but I don't remember the date. Or, ooh, I remember that one. When did the Tale of Snow White come out? Ooh, 1812. And maybe you're like, ooh, I know, I remember that one. That was a long time ago, right? It was almost the 1700s.
I was going to
Snow
say
White.
like 1930s or
Oh,
something.
do you know the
well, that's when the
invention-
cartoon was made. It was 1934
Oh,
or
that's probably what I'm
37 or
thinking
something
of.
like
How
that.
about the invention of the video game console?
1980.
No, earlier than that. I think it's like
1970.
No, I think it's like 1964 or 60.
Brian's
72?
closer. 1971.
Hey, that's the year I was born.
Oh,
We
I
had
was
Pong.
73.
We had Pong.
Pong, right?
Yep, that was
Ah.
it.
the discovery of the Titanic, the invention of the crossword. I love this stuff. First appearance of a superhero. It's got a
1938.
really good mix of stuff, and it's a lot of fun. I like this game a lot. They
Wait,
are
when was the first superhero?
Oh, now I got to find the
Was
card
it
again.
Superman in 1938?
Okay, I got it.
Or it was.
Well, here's the thing too: is you can look really closely at the artwork on the card, and sometimes it will give you hints. So obviously, who do you think that is on the card? Looks like Superman, right?
1938.
1938. Good job.
That's his comic book nerdism coming out there.
I love it. But okay, so again, this one is called Timeline. And I think they have like 4 or 5 of these, or maybe 3 or 4 of these. And like I said, you can combine the decks together if you really want to. But they're so fun. I like these. It's a fun little game. It's awesome. So they're both card games instead of board games, technically.
No, I love it.
Okay, what do you guys got? What is Bryan? What's Jason have?
I got 2 things today.
Mm-hmm.
2 things that really kind of influenced my life when it came to how I viewed the genre of fantasy. The first one is this one. So this is called IFGS. This is one of many of their publications.
What's that stand for?
The International Fantasy Gaming Society.
Oh,
this is early LARP.
Very posh.
No, this is early LARP. So this is a LARP organization.
Shut up, LARPing.
And they used to.
I'm the dork for collecting comic books.
I want a LARP.
And they used to drop this guide every year to represent the rules, the mechanics, the guidelines.
What?
If you chose to run a LARPing IFGS event.
Oh my God.
Guess what? They are still active. This is a 1984 guide. To this day, they are still active. And this isn't even the oldest of the guides. So you can still go to their website.
Oh my God.
You can still find them publishing the rules. And if you go to their website, it still looks like they're hiring somebody to write in old school Windows XP website production. The website is terrible. It's very antiquated, but it's still there. And they're just recently, I want to say at the end of 2025, they were announcing that they were hiring or looking for volunteers to run the board of directors for the society.
Really?
So you can, but in 84, I would have been 13 in 1984. So, bad math. 13. Yeah. 13. Yeah, I'd be 13 in 1984. So I've been playing D&D for 4 years at that point. And this just came across my lap for some reason. And I really enjoyed, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, like watching all these people dress up in fantasy and playing their version of D&D. And it really influenced the community for me. It really influenced how I viewed different communities at that point. We're in the middle of Satanic Panic. We were in the middle of Robotech because they were the first cartoon to show violence and death in the States on a regular cartoon time slot. So there's this great kind of upheaval in X generation awareness and how we viewed our relationship with all this cool stuff coming out and our horrible, terrible baby boomer parents that were trying to destroy it and get rid of it. And it created that dynamic. It created that dynamic of culture. Like it finally felt like a community of culture and a community of fantasy.
That's cool. So how in general are the LARP? I don't even understand LARP rules. How are LARP rules so different than tabletop rules?
LARP rules are more theatric. They're more narrative. They're more about guidelines on behavior. If you're actually role playing versus just enjoying your time there. There's Mask. There's like 7 or 8 major. There's Empire. There's like all these different organizations across the country, and then there's a couple international organizations. and they all govern themselves through these guidelines. I think the more popular one right now on the West Coast is called Battle of the Ring. That one got started on Kickstarter. That's the only way it functions. Every year they put up a new Kickstarter. All the LARPers support it, and then if it makes enough money, the event goes off, and they keep the previous year's activities. And the Midwest LARPs are big on Empire, and Empire is this idea that based on where you live, you could be a part of a kingdom, and then all those kingdoms make up an empire. And then the empire meets to do their LARP stuff.
So how do the decisions get made? Is there
the organizers, they do it all, just like any organized group, any society-based group. They get together and they put together the rules for the upcoming events, and they put the calendar together, and then they create guides.
No, I mean like in game.
Well, there's not really an in-game. LARP is very hard to explain. You have to go experience it. If you go to a LARP event, they will put out a guideline or a sheet that says, okay, the marshals determine the spell's validity, or potions only work if you have this kind of token or marker to use as a potion. If you've declared yourself a wizard, you have to follow the rules that are guidelines for a wizard. If you're a ranger or a fighter or an orc or a monster, they develop actual frameworks for you to follow. And the only real rule, the only real consistent rule is like combat. Touch versus your art. Like if you're wearing the representation of armor, then if you get hit, you get to enforce the rules of armor. If you're not wearing armor, there's different rules you enforce because you're not wearing armor.
That sounds complicated.
It can be, but if you're 17 years old, who cares? It's like you're in this giant forum of like-minded people.
Sure.
You've all memorized these cool live action rules, which there's the live action, the LA, and then the role play, which is the RP. So the LARP, comes from the idea of theater, live action, and that you're role playing out your fantasy characters, and then these societies give you mechanics and guidelines to follow. And then you'd have these judges floating around, and judges could dress any way that they want. So they could be a pixie, they could be a demon, and they carry all these markers and they carry all these things that allow them to rule on people's behavior within the guidelines of the LARP setting that you're in.
I know nothing about the LARP world.
They take it pretty seriously. They take it pretty
Apparently, there is a Vampire the Masquerade LARP, I think, in Tampa, like an hour north of me.
Yeah. Yep.
You guys,
by far the
movie. Neither of you seen the movie Role Models?
No.
With Paul Rudd and Sean William Scott.
Yes.
First of all, it's a funny.
They go LARPing?
Funny as shit.
Yeah. That's what they do.
That's a part of the movie.
Part of it.
Watch the movie Role Models. It's a fun.
However, I would encourage you. The most modern and probably the largest LARP event in North America is in Canada, and it's called Bicoline. Bicoline. I think it's in French Quebec. It's in Quebecois, and it is 10.
Do they speak English at this, or do you have to know French?
They do both. But
bonjour.
It's like it's a tourist event as well. There are organizations that you just pay a flat fee for it, and then you just go and have your 7-day event up at Bicoline. And it's a seasonal thing, so I think it's like spring, summer, fall. Because in Canada, it's a very tight window. Yeah, it's a very tight weather window seasonal window in Canada. But if you go and look up Bicoline, it's a real amazing series of stories. And you can also, I would probably say the most interesting LARP that you should check out as well is the one that mimics Mad Max. They have a LARP that mimics. I think it's the
that sounds like
Burning
Man or something crazy like that.
But it's out in the desert. It's pretty amazing. I
actually read. Hold on one sec. I actually read the history of the Ford Falcon, the V8 Interceptor that he drove. actual
Okay.
car from the movie.
Yeah.
And like after the movie, it ended up in a junkyard somewhere, and it passed from person to person. And finally, somebody ended up with it. I don't remember when, maybe like 2014, 2015, 2016, not super long ago, and completely restored it. And now it's worth like $1 million at one point.
Whoa.
Yeah,
So-
and it ended up in a like literally rotting away in a junkyard. I think the first person that bought it after they used it for the movie bought it for like $1,000 or $500 or something like that.
Okay.
So the second thing I brought is a snapshot of my relationship with D&D during the 90s. So my relationship with D&D during the 80s was all about modules, homebrew, adventures, and getting together and just running these modules, or homebrewing, or using the themes of these modules to create adventures. And I mean, I currently on my shelf, I have all the Dragonlance modules. I think I have about 32 of them. And I probably have an 85% complete series of every module that ever came out. So I'm always out like looking to see if I can find the missing gaps. But in the 90s, we had this wonderful Forgotten Realms explosion of creativity, where we were getting these box sets.
Ooh.
Right.
Yep.
So I have about 30 of these box
30 of them
over on there of all the Faerun stuff. And this one is 1992 AD&D.
Okay.
It's called Ruins of Zental Keep. And
I remember that.
The reason why this was so influential on me is that they spent a lot of time and a lot of effort to develop a lot of content for one location on a giant map of 1 million locations. They would do this. So what they would do is they would pick these landmarks on the Faerun map, and based on that landmark, they would then develop the area around it, and then they'd come up with this box set.
Was that so you could connect them all together?
Eventually, because this would pertain to the lore, the history, monsters, NPCs. So like when you were asking those questions earlier about the modules, this is when you were finally really getting supplemental content at like the subclass monster magic items and stuff. But what was really cool,
Realm stuff felt to me like
look at the inside of that. Look at that cardboard. There. Look how clean.
I know. It's so funny because a couple of box sets that I have, the boxes are just blasted apart.
So that's your
you played
adventure.
too rough with yours, Brian.
So that's your adventure book that it came with, right? So one of the books was an adventure book, and of course, now what was interesting is their adventure books were now following the newer format.
That's much easier to read.
They were following the 2-column format with the gray highlighted boxes with the occasional, with the occasional image or picture in it. But they were still, doing cool black and white monochrome stuff within the content of the book. So not only did this provide a setting, but it gave you an adventure that you could immediately run in the setting. And then they would give you
awesome.
This 130 page setting book.
Oh, geez.
So this 130 page book now contained everything you need to know about that one location and the immediate area around it and any potential areas that it might have been connected to.
Nice.
Once again, following the new format, double column format, which was great because a lot of these books, when you find them on the use table, you'll find notes in the margins. People would start writing their notes in the margins. And what's really interesting,
writing in a book is blasphemy.
What's really interesting is when you start looking through their settings book they provided with, there's very little illustration. It is 130 pages of written content that describes everything about the location, the area, its history, its lore, which means when you were done running this, which took a year to run,
you could
when I ran it, you could then take this and homebrew another 20, 30, campaigns out of it, right?
Sure.
But that's not all you get.
What else is in there?
You
like a
also
box that
got
keeps
these
giving.
really
On a maps.
really cool handouts.
Oh, handouts.
These map handouts, and on the back, they would describe, what was on the front.
Okay.
So you had these really cool professional
Who
crib
doesn't
notes
like
that you could
handouts?
use, right?
Handouts are great.
Then we're not done
Oh,
yet.
wait, there's more.
Right?
This is the age of these giant color maps that we used to get.
Yep.
And this
Ooh.
I
is-
still make a lot of use of the water deep map, the maps that came in
Oh,
those
yeah?
backpacks. I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
make
Why
use of
not?
those in my
Ooh,
games.
look at that.
This is the map for Zental Keep. This is for
Wow.
one
Yeah.
location, and look at all that you get to explore.
Yeah.
Right.
That looks awesome.
Awesome.
And then when you were done exploring the city, they gave
Is
you
there
a map.
Regional map.
No, they gave you a map of what was under the city, a giant poster map
Oh.
of dungeons and everything that was underneath it,
Okay.
including the other half of Zental Keep. So Zental Keep was actually two maps because there's the riverside portion of it
sneaky.
as well. I bet you
A
think we're
lot in there.
done.
How
bet you think
much
we're
did
done.
that box cost when it was?
We're
first
gonna talk about that in a
Was it
minute.
like
Oh yeah, I'm curious.
$9.95 or 19.
These were the monsters that they would introduce. So you had your
Uh-huh.
own monster guide, a little mini
You got a lot
monster
in there.
guide that showed you all your new monsters you got to introduce with the content. Then, of course,
More?
all Forgotten Realms box sets came with a regional supplement of the original Faerun map.
Those are the most valuable maps in all of D&D.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
this,
Whoa.
that's the region that you got to play in,
Okay. I love maps.
right?
Those are, I'm telling you, I use those constantly in my games today.
Huh, that's awesome.
Talk about pristine, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, this box set is not complete without
He didn't
the
play
original
too rough with
way
his toys.
that we used to order other stuff.
Uh-huh.
The official RPGA form, Role Playing Gamers Association Network, right there. And then, of course, join the adventure. Order your Dragon and Dungeon magazine so that you can keep on top of everything that's going on. Now,
Mhm.
imagine that, right? You get
That's a
your
lot of value there.
right. You get a monster supplement,
That's starting to remind me of a Beetle and Grimm's box, practically.
right?
Yeah,
you got
usually put
these
in
beautifully
some,
made,
Beetle and Grimm's
colored.
box will cost you $250, $300.
Yes, it will.
So here you have your beautiful color poster size maps. By the way, these ones are not double sided. One of them is, but two of them aren't.
Mhm.
But I've got a stack of maps like this. I've got maybe 100 of these without their original box sets. Then of course you've got your supplemental handouts, right?
$19.99.
You got
I'm trying to
your
remember
setting book.
what the price was. It was either
Got
$14.95 or $19.95.
Well, they actually came with three prices.
Three prices.
Yeah, when you flipped over the box, you had
US
three
and
suggested
Canadian?
retail prices. It was $25 US,
Okay. We're close.
$32 Canadian,
Sure.
and
Oh, well, that's not too
$15.99 and $15.99 sterling pound. So UK.
That's not three
Oh.
prices. That's three
But
different
can you
currencies.
imagine this
How much
used to
was
be
25
20
bucks?
This used to be
25
bucks.
bucks. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
nowadays, that'd be
I have-
$60.
Yeah.
Now, I have like 30 of these over on my shelves. One of them I covet. One of them is called Elminster's the Economies of Elminster, which is his breakdown of the entire world of Faerun, or the entire
Ooh.
continent of Faerun. That one has a ton of maps, a ton of guides. That one I think was like a whopping $65 when I bought it. And it
Have you seen what any of these go for on eBay right now or something?
no, because it doesn't
No?
interest me. Yeah, I don't really.
I was just
I don't really
curious.
check. But what's crazy, to your earlier point, them all being connected, Kristen, they came with a numbering system. So
Really?
the Ruins of Zental Keep was series 1120.
Okay.
And any box set in that series, the 1100 series, typically was all connected somehow. So if you bought all 20 box sets within the series,
Yeah.
you could unfold maps
and they
connect all the maps. Yeah.
What?
So the city system
I have that one. Yeah.
These are sold. All right. These are not listed. These are sold on eBay. I have the city system. Although again, the box is all the seams plus.
I also have Waterdeep 1 and Waterdeep 2.
I have, I think, the first one. That one sold for $45. Ruins of Undermountain, $120.
Yeah, I have Ruins of Undermountain. That one's sitting right there.
Ruins of Mithran are $80. Forgotten Realms, the North, $120.
I have a really weird one called Dragon Mountain. I haven't really delved much into in a long time. I also have the D&D battle system box too. The D&D battle system. When they tried to toy with the idea of competing with Warhammer and competing as a tabletop wargaming community as well. They tried that out for a year. It was interesting. First time I ever bought 30 orcs, and I was looking at these 30 orcs I bought, and I'm like, why did I just buy 30 orcs? And I'm like,
most of these are between like $60 and $100.
Yeah, I think condition and rarity is really what defines that collectability of that.
Yeah, I would
genre.
imagine a lot of these are in,
the rarest and most collectible out of all the box sets was the original white box, because they only made 2,400 of them. So
I think Jeff's got one of those. He still has.
So like an original white box, barely touched, showing no damage, I think goes for anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 depending on its overall condition.
I'm surprised it's not more than that.
Well, it's just D&D as they've aged. In addition, the collectability actually is on the downside of the bell curve, because the further away you get from those original rule sets, the harder it is to convert it. So really, the only reason you do collections,
but an item like that, like the white box, that's
right.
That's
but the
beyond
only reason the only reason that you then collect, not is because you plan on using it, but maybe for the artwork or for the maps.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't really collect it for its convertibility anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why the price swings are like. I used to look at prices like 10 years ago and try to see what. Probably my favorite thing that I have over there is 150 Dragon magazines. That's one of my my favorite collections.
I think I might still have either one or two issues of Dragon magazine, and maybe 5 or 6 issues of old.
Oh my god, I'm terrible. I've got Starfleet magazine. I've got Dungeon. I've got Dragon. I've got White Dwarf. I've got I got the Car Wars magazine. There was like 5 of them that were ever made. I mean, I've got some crazy stuff on that shelf. That's why when I came into the studio, I was like, what are the things that influenced me that were on here? And I'm like, holy shit, that's my old IFGS guide. And I was like, I can't choose from all these box sets. I'm just going to pick one and talk about how just box sets in general really kind of transformed the 90s for me.
Those Forgotten Realms box sets to me were the first. To me, those felt like the first truly immersive, exciting D&D content.
It's one of the reasons why I truly believe Faerun is such a popular setting, because Faerun
were awesome and the books were awesome, but this was, like you said, it's a whole new setting. It's everything that you need in it. The maps are freaking awesome. I mean, it was like the first okay, wow, this is serious D&D now.
Yeah, my ultimate goal is to collect poster frames and eventually get all of my posters
framed, but then
so
hang
that
them look like one big.
And well, more importantly, to have the seal, the crease, get rid of the crease, because that was the only drawback to the collection, is that
they have.
Once you opened it, closed it, opened it, closed it, opened it, closed it, you're like, the next thing you know, you've kind of perforated everything.
You've got
And
6
everything is
half by
like
11 maps.
everything is like in like 8.5 by 11 pieces by then.
Exactly, right?
And then eventually you just tape it all back together.
They do have places that will restore posters and get rid of the
Mhm.
crease to the point it's almost invisible, and they'll mount
Wow.
it.
Yeah, I've seen the price tag on that. I'll take a pass.
Yeah,
but I
it's-
appreciate it.
It's
Just
it's
put
a
it
very-
between 2 damp towels and get an iron.
Right.
It's a
right.
very involved
Steam it.
process, but yeah. That's
Well,
awesome. Very
Well,
cool.
we did it. We managed to
Yeah.
show and tell our way through another hour of
Yeah.
nonsense.
Yep. So next week we have
Ooh,
Nicole, Game Master
Yeah.
Mom, is going to be on the show to
nice.
talk about what's going on with her book, Adventures in Etheria.
Ooh.
So make sure to
I have
join-
been following her on Instagram. There's a lot going on.
Oh, always, yeah. So make sure to join next week. And then we're actually going to develop, we talked about this in our corporate meeting, our corporate board meeting the other week.
Yeah, we were all bored, and then we had a meeting.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
We're super
But we're
fancy.
actually going to develop a schedule so that you guys actually know what's going on. It's not going to necessarily be on this day we're talking about this topic, but we're going to rotate between like a show and tell like tonight, having a guest on, a kind of state of the game, and then what was the other one, Kristen? It was bring a new game to the table, like a board game or something, or
I
what
think
was
wasn't it like a favorite mechanic
your
or
favorite mechanic or
was
something?
it? I don't remember the
Yeah.
fourth one.
We'll somewhat adhere to
Something
that.
like that.
Obviously, if something pops up, we may deviate, but a little bit of structure at this point would be good. It's only
Oh,
been
I'm
5.
excited. Are you gonna have to redo this layout so we can fit 4 of us? You better get on that.
I have a 4.
Oh,
Well,
okay. You got a 4-person layout?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So yeah.
Yes, we will definitely check the minutes of our meeting for sure.
Yeah.
I don't see a 4-person layout. He's lying.
Well, he's gonna have to
I've
make
gotta-
one
I've
by
gotta
next
upload
Thursday.
it. I
gotta upload it as soon as I actually build it. Hey, Bryan, where can we find you?
Fuming in my office at you.
On the rant cam.
Yep, right.
You can find me at RPG and Co. Also, check out the website, playrpgandco.com. Shoot me a DM or comment or whatever. I always like talking to new people about game stuff, or old people, or, well, not necessarily old people.
Old people.
I mean, young people and old people, former people, whatever. Just
Get off
Former people?
Get off
that-
of my lawn.
Does that
They
mean
make
ghosts?
they may
He
be
wants to talk
aliens,
to
they may be
ghosts.
ghosts,
Former people. He likes to
they
talk
may
to
be
people.
cyborgs. Who knows with what's going on in AI?
There you go.
Kristen, where can we find you?
You can find me at Kristen's Epic Adventures on either TikTok or YouTube. Jason?
You can find me over at All Things TTRPG Academy, whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, Discord, or over here on the YouTubes, where we enjoy making fun of ourselves, but more importantly, we enjoy making fun of everybody else.
Oh, we do.
And hey, you know what, Bryan, TPK,
Tell a story, Jason.
play a game, Kristen.
And remember to be kind.
Good
And
night,
don't make fun of
everybody.
anybody.
See you next week.